Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Christmas edition. You love to hear it. We got D-Dub and Daly.
Jingle bells.
D-Dub's got the jingle bells going. We got the Christmas stoke going on right now. How you feeling, Dale?
Feeling good. Just came off a 2-day bender. Went fully sick. Woke up projectile vomiting.
Yeah, by
yesterday.
bender, he means bender, sleep bender.
Yeah.
How long have you been awake in the past 72 hours?
10% of the time.
It's astonishing, honestly.
I slept for 2 days. Woke up, threw up, went back to bed.
What do you think it was?
It was 2 weeks of nonstop stoke.
That's what got you projectile
I had
vomiting?
it was like so much good times. I had a projectile for 2 days.
Dude, how many different places did you sleep in the past few days? I know you were in the Gnar, then you curled up on the couch, you curled up in the bed.
You were on the sofa thing.
Yeah.
The recliner.
The recliner chair.
I mean, in the past 3 weeks, how many places have we slept?
Yeah,
That's the question.
That's true.
We've slept all over the country in the past 3 weeks. And the Gnar V, and the wildest conditions.
Where was your favorite place?
The coldest or my favorite place?
Yeah, that you slept on tour.
Oh, man. Probably waking up in Highlands parking lot. That was the most memorable.
We didn't wake up there.
I woke up there.
The most memorable one is the one that didn't happen. What is it?
I woke
the
up
Mandela
there.
effect, baby.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. No, that is true. You did wake up there. We woke up, near probably Nebraska somewhere, or we were on the border of Minnesota. Me and Jack drove, and Daly literally wakes up at resorts. There's multiple different times where he's woken up, doesn't remember the schedule from the day before, or really have a care or of like throwing an input. He knows it's going to work out good. And he wakes up in the lot. Where are we? And we're like, Keystone, Colorado.
Yep.
Nice.
There we are.
Yes.
I was trying to stay conscious where I was at this year. I was like, let's actually remember where we are on the map because we're moving so fast. Whew. Yeah.
I mean,
we're in Indiana, perfect north. Oh, I'll remember that.
That's like, I mean, touring with Kingdom's kind of the same way. So it's more like, where are we tomorrow? And I look at the list, and I'm like, I'm there. But there's been times I'll get on stage, roll out.
Oh, God, I was there. I saw one in, where were we? Texas.
Pensacola.
I saw one in Florida.
I said, what's good, Tampa? We were in Pensacola.
Oh. And you followed it up with a
fuck. That's all. You guys don't deserve that. Pensacola rules, dude.
That was the hardest set on.
That was sick. That's where we met Homeboy.
Yeah, that was literally the best one.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the difference between? I mean, you spent a couple days on the Gnar, kind of touring. The difference between your tour and our tour.
Your guys is so much more loose. Like anything could happen at any time. Like if you don't want to go to a mountain, you can just not go to that mountain. You can divert or whatever you got to do. We're like under contract to be exactly where we have to be. You know what I mean? That's probably the biggest thing.
Under contract. Imagine we were under contract.
That sounds way stressful.
Nah, because we want to play shows and we know where they're at. We know where we're going, and we look forward to getting there. So,
boom, show up there and it's time to go.
Yeah. Every now and then though, like winter tours are so crazy because you don't know if it's gonna snow and you don't know if it won't. Sometimes you just can't get to the next show. On that Fit for a King tour last February.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
you left Salt Lake.
Yeah.
You were trying to get to Colorado, and the buses just couldn't go.
The buses couldn't go because they're not allowed to put chains on. So they have some rule. I don't think you're allowed to put chains on the bandwagons. So they couldn't take the pass that goes from
Utah to Colorado.
Yeah, where you go down that hill past Breck.
Mm-hmm.
So they had to go up and take the 80.
Yep.
And the 80 is like literally the sketchiest road in the world. Even though it's like flat and straight, it's just sheer ice, black ice, craziness with crazy winds.
Yeah, that road.
So somehow that's sketchier than going up that Park City and then like coming down through Breck and all that. Somehow
that does
that's
not make
sketchy.
sense.
Yeah. There's not black ice with crazy winds. It's like more of hills that you would slide down,
It's all got to do with the direction of the sun, which angle it's facing. The shadow areas are
That
insane.
was wild. I remember we pulled up in the Gnar. You guys had your buses.
Yeah.
And Salt Lake just freaking rocked the entire place.
Oh, that's good. How many shows have you missed because of anything, weather, and just not making it?
Maybe 4 total ever.
In the 10 years?
And 3 of them were on the last tour. Maybe it was 2 of them were on the last tour.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, maybe it was just those 2, to be honest. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones that.
But you have a guy that you travel with that keeps all of you going. Keeps all of you guys on a. You got a tour manager that you travel with, no?
Me.
You are the tour manager.
Well, basically, no. Each band has their own like.
Someone sets it up first, though. Someone builds out the structure
for
of
sure.
the tour.
So each band has their own agent, right? So so whoever the headlining tour is, their agent is the one that actually books the tour, reaches out to all the venues, does all that, like gets it all laid out. But then each band's booking agent who's going on that tour gets contacted to see if we want to do the tour or whatever. And then they're like the band's point of contact within that. So they handle everything for us individually as a band. And then each band usually will have a tour manager that goes with them, or at least a point of contact. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
I
It's
was
not as crazy as it sounds.
Oh, originally I was like asking that question. I was like, maybe we need again. And then I'm like, never mind.
Yeah. Well, any of you guys could be the tour manager.
I can imagine showing up with like 5 sets of huge groups just rocking out.
It's wild. we show up there, we're just gonna play, and everyone's cool with it. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Imagine if we were rolling up to a ski resort and it's like, all right, we're going to be there. First, we're going to show up. Then after us, it's Zeb. Then after Zeb, it's Travis Rice.
Right.
And then it's like,
God.
it just
like
a
set
showdown
list. Oh my
between
God.
like, we're just the pre-stokers.
That's so funny.
I couldn't imagine that much stoke
You got the
in one place.
headliners. Oh my God. That'd be so sick.
That would be hilarious.
All right, I want to get into some snowboarding stoke since we're holiday vibing right now, and I want to.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I want to.
Hope you all stoking out there.
I want to touch on the revert scenario that lives, because me and you have different styles of snowboarding.
Oh,
from the board to the riding to the what we care about doing. What's your
what we
take
know.
on reverts?
Reverts.
Do you know what a revert is?
I like to revert as much as I can.
Is that like a pretzel?
A revert is basically switching your stance.
Around, switching your stance. So.
Like it's not spinning around. It's like a intent of stance switchment.
So would that be like if you're dropping in for a kicker regular and you switch to goofy during the run up?
So you
that's
do
a revert, and then you hit the jump?
Yes. I would assume that it stems from reverting back to your normal stance. So like you do a frontside 180, and remember in Tony Hawk, like when you land, you do a revert, and that just brings it back to regular stance.
Yeah.
And for me, having such like a structured type of riding where like I'm like, all right, there's 2 rails and 2 jumps, I want to get a line. If I do like a frontside lip slide 270 and land back regular, and then I want to do my next jump, like I have it's a set line I want to do. If I do that frontside lip and I don't get the 270 and I land switch, now you're coming into something switch.
It's sketch.
And it's harder. And so it's like when you revert back, it's almost like a telltale sign, depending on what level you are, of like, oh, could you not hit that next jump switch? Could you not hit that next feature switch? And if you're flowing and you're just like doing a line and you land something and then you're coming in switch, it's nice to just keep whatever stance you had going.
Right? Yeah.
But so I want to bring up like where it literally comes from, because I have had this clip on my phone for so long, and it's a hero, just absolute OG. Mark McMorris's brother, you know who Mark McMorris is, Craig McMorris, such a good professional snowboarder and such a legend, such a good commentator. And this is a clip from like, it might be Olympics or something, but. X Games.
Oh.
Ew. Negates the run?
Yeah.
I mean,
I would never hit that hip switch. I've never practiced hitting anything switch, but yeah, that is a whole thing where he's like,
fuck that.
I mean, it's why?
Because if you're thinking about a run, if you're like put the time into the run that you want to do, and you have a trick that you want to do off of that specific feature, but the thing that you're thinking of isn't switch. I mean, I thought it was way gnarlier that at last second you switch, do a quick 180, lose speed, and then have
Back
to
to your
hit that.
regular stance, which is easier than hitting that thing switch. But that's because
But
he had a line set up before he went in, and he didn't get the last 180, which would have brought him back. I want to make sure
that's different.
Yeah, real fast. I want to make sure that he even.
I'm just never ready to.
Yeah. So, like you said, he is regular, so you wouldn't hit that switch. Like, that messed up everything that he had going because his intent was to land that jump beforehand. He wanted to land that back to regular. He wanted to throw that double. I think it was like a double underflip regular. He wanted to land that and then continue his line. And that's why he said, and Sven knows that. So he could have thrown something gnarly off that improv, but like maybe he was afraid to hit it switch or something. And it just destroyed his line, negates the run because the judges know like, oh, you either didn't build the proper run, but then there's also people like Sage Kostenberg where I don't have the clip, but he's done full like 360 carve and like butter 180s and switched up the stance to the point where you're like, I don't even remember how he landed the last one, because he's already done like a Euro carve and a quick butter. So he made it flow. You know what I mean?
That's different. Yeah. Because it's hard to come up to a jump or rail switch. That's why I just do what's comfortable. And what's comfortable to me is going off regular. So I'm not going to come to some switch. I just do, but I'm not thinking like of how I'm supposed to ride. I just do what's comfortable.
Yeah.
And I've never tried to hit rails switch. So like,
we got to break you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
I live for like almost that line of when if I show up to a feature or something and it's a 20-foot jump, I haven't hit it yet, or maybe I hit it once and I felt it out. Like the most jittery thing that I have, I want to do right away and get that over with, because then after that, all the ones that are kind of mediocre, like you're going to do with more style, I feel like.
Like when I heard you on the mic the other day, you're like, yep, now I'm coming to this thing switch. You heard it on the mic through the video. He heard, wasn't ready for this yet, but here we are.
Great. Yeah, I'm coming in. I'm like, great. Now we're coming in switch. Hadn't even seen the rail yet. DFD skinny. But so I would say that there's a limit to it. Like there's a bar where if you're, I don't want to say uncomfortable because you should be getting uncomfortable with your snowboarding to push your limits. But like if you feel unsafe doing something, like if you've never hit a down, flat down switch, if you've never hit a down rail switch and you land a 180 and you're coming into a down, flat down, you shouldn't hit that, obviously, switch.
Yeah.
But if you have before, if you feel like you can, if it's something easy, I feel like you should just keep the line where you had it and just pop onto that next feature switch. At least give it a go.
Would you hit a jump switch?
Yeah. I used to cab fives are like the easiest thing because you could land regular. I loved doing that,
Yeah.
You could almost do those like off the littlest little thing and flat, off little side nooks. But
yeah, because you could almost scrub
you could scrub the 180 and then I'm just doing a back three. You know what I mean? It's so easy.
Which is the most tough thing to fix.
Off a kicker though, whoo, that's different.
Yeah.
Me and Mike Green will scrub some cab fives.
Yeah.
We will scrub. It's hard, dude. I don't know what it is about body shape where it's like you can keep your heel edge locked in and spin to the left, me being regular, but for some reason my obliques, like the upper body, doesn't want to let loose to the right as much. So as soon as you start to throw it, the legs just start pushing out as well.
Let me see something. So do the judges know his run before he does it? So they knew that he missed that 180?
No. But he landed switch coming into a cheese wedge corner feature that he probably just didn't have a line set up for or the speed, and was like,
he didn't mean to land switch. So now he's like, oh my God, my trick wasn't switch that I was going to hit. So
and he's got two money booters after that. So within a millisecond, he would have to be like, okay, I'm doing a switch double under and I have to land whatever I was going to land with my intentional run, the same stance to catch back up to that run. But he might not have like cab triple 16 or something that he would have needed to.
What did he do off that cheese wedge?
Which, the first one?
The one that, whatever it was that when he did the revert, he does the revert. So, boom, he hits this, meant to do another 180.
Wow.
So
So he's regular. He went to do that's like off the toe, cab double. It would have been 9, would have put him to regular.
And what was he supposed to do off the next? What did he do off the next jump?
Off the next jump, I think.
Yeah, the one that he reverted into.
He didn't do what he was gonna do, or did he?
You know, he did because he switched.
No, back rodeo 7.
So he would have went more ham if he was set up.
Probably would have thrown front double or triple. 16
But that revert was
frontside.
like, I gotta back it down. I lost speed, did a whole bunch of shit.
He knew that the run was negated. So if he had landed that and then done the revert and still got his line,
he doesn't. He's like
the judges know.
No matter what, from a revert, you're just out now.
That's what I'm saying is that there's this underlying tone where it's like a revert means that like you don't have the ability to do that next feature at that position that you're coming in.
Okay.
So from a competition standpoint, it makes sense.
So one more question is, so what if that was in his original plan? He's just like, I could either switch 9 this, whatever.
Yeah.
Cab 9 this, or I could regular dub cork this. It's a better trick, regular, that he could do. So if that was in his plan the whole time, would it still be negated? Because they know you landed switch on this one, you have to hit that next one switch.
If he had landed it switch and done a revert, yeah. Because you're a pro and there's other guys that you can build your line. So it's like there's 7, 9, 10, 12. So at this point, you could throw an extra, if you can't throw an extra 540 in, bud, like that's what people are doing.
But if he would have did a little 360 and still hit it switch again, then it would have been all good.
I see.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
I believe so. If you could throw a quick butter
I'm the master
3 in there,
reverts.
you might have been able to snuck in a full butter 5 right there. In that in between section.
I wouldn't even jump those jumps.
and are you still buttering like your revert style? Because a lot of stuff, like you'll literally front 3, you'll land. I'll see you land it and be able to ride out, but kind of naturally know that you're just going to keep going. So like you almost pop it and flow it. Has that stopped or been harder to do when you're on regular camber?
Yeah, for sure. The regular camber wants to lock you in and pull you around. The reverse camber, I can just pivot, pop, spin, and just so much easier.
Do you remember ever having a specific board camber profile style and it affecting your riding?
No, because like the skate banana that you guys got on came out like right after you guys started picking up on snowboarding, and I started to chill. Yeah. I never was on one of those skate bananas. I was like, my last board was like the Euro Itala board with the purple one with the giraffe. That dude was a beast. He's still riding?
Yeah, he's still switch double backflipping and everything so perfect.
He was my favorite.
He literally set the bar for like when double corks became consistent in competition. I feel like I remember that one. I think it was X Games again where he did. Might have been like dub 9, switch dub 9, dub 10. Or I think he threw a double backflip, like a switch double backflip, and like dub back rodeo. I don't remember the exact line, but it was like, well, there we go. It's official. You can now do 3 doubles in one line, and that's what it's going to take. And the craziest part is I think it was his first run. He might have even been first rider. First run, first rider drop, top to bottom, perfect run. Everybody else after him couldn't contest.
Negated.
What was the other board that you and B-Dub were both riding for?
We got to get you on a rocker. I want to next time we go, let's see you on a little reverse camber board. Was pop around and mini jib. Won't even go through the park. Just mini jib, S-turn, drag hand.
Get me away from the rails, dude. The last time I was on a board was the Brighton incident.
What was that board though? You guys were
that was the Nitro T1.
T1
and T2.
That thing had to have been regular camber.
I had that. There was so many of those were floating around because I had OG had like the lime green one, and then I think B-Dub had a different one. Maybe that one was the T1 and one was the T2 or something like that, or maybe now I'm thinking about Canon cameras.
T1, T2. No, you're right.
I think this is the same thing.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, they were like, all right, we need the sickest camera to get the shot of the sick board here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The skate bananas. That was weird. You used to lock your edge in so proper on your backside spins.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you almost like having a backside spin set up, like edge locked in, and then you would wind up to the left and snap back off of it.
Yeah, totally. I would do that.
Is that not what I'm supposed to do? Reverse. No, it is. It is. Nice. Yeah, that's. I mean, you doing that and just make the jump 6 times as big. You're doing sevens on 10-foot jumps.
That's what felt right. Just kind of coming on the toes, like locked, and then just
Yeah.
ripping last second, popping
Yeah.
hard.
I started to once. I mean, I never really knew what I was doing. You know, like I feel like it always changed.
Just
and like
having fun.
Because I was with you the
like-
whole time, not knowing what I was doing. We were doing all the same stuff. And then there was
Yeah.
like a window when me and B-Dub started snowboarding, I felt like. And I'm like, what do you mean started snowboarding? We have like 8 years of snowboarding like history growing up.
Yeah, if you watch that Waterville Valley thing, there was like this little kicker that me and Eric Koch were there. And it was like the first time I started like spinning for real. And I was chucked. That's the only time I chucked a 7. It was gross. And then I
in a bad way. It sounded like a bad way.
It was so bad.
Gross can be good or bad.
It was so bad. But then I was chucking 5s that were gross.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Those felt like steezy and everything. But I think I was still throwing tailfishes in there. And
another hot topic. Let's dive into that one.
Let's go there in a sec.
Yeah. Let's give it a sec.
But I think the last time I threw anything that was like legit was like a back 3 tailfish at with Dose Moff at North Star. Were you there that day?
Wow.
First time we met like Natalie and Bob?
No.
You must have been there.
Gosh, I want to go rip with you on some mini stokers.
It was just me. And everyone was chucking, and I was just like, and I think Dose was actually filming with his phone. He happened to be filming me, and everyone was chucking, and like no one knew I could do anything. And then it was kind of a big jump, and I back 3 tailed it. And Dose was like, "Oh, Dana's got it." And he was saying something hella loud. He's like, "Damn." But I think that one I like drifted like crazy because I forgot how to do stuff, and I was so it has always been different. You know, sometimes I'm locking the toe in perfect, sometimes I'm carving in too much because I'm like, and I drift. You know,
that's a huge one.
Yeah.
Is you want to switch onto the edge that you're gonna like your final edge that you're gonna be spinning off
last
of
second, right?
as late as you can,
right?
So that it keeps your trajectory pointing straight.
That's
off
a piece
the
of
jump.
information I got way too late.
And now I don't know if you saw the clip that the boys posted of, it was literally homie who we watched the movie of the other day. Judd Hanks. He does a back 19 or something like that, and I think he's regular. So he's spinning to the right and he drifts to the left. He locks in so hard and like snaps so straight that he drifts to the left.
He's regular, goes backside and drifts left.
It's crazy.
Whoa.
They're
heavy.
And yeah, then there's that bomb hole clip with Red Gerard talking about how it's like you almost have to, like with the precision these days and how on point you have to be with how big the spins are. It's like, what?
Wow.
And then now there's the crazy thing where it used to be mute for like doubles and then triples, and it just wasn't really looking cool. You know, that whole phase of people being like, oh, you're just spinning and grabbing and hanging on. And then it was tough to start putting stylish grabs into doubles and triples. And now that they've pushed past that to like quads and quints or whatever, they're now grabbing dope like stale fish and indie. Because I don't even know. Verde was saying something. He was like, yeah, they have to because it like pushes it out in front of them. I'm like, I couldn't even imagine, but at least like the 4 and 5 flips are kind of looking sick now.
They have 4 flips and 5 flips?
5.5. Homie might have even done 6. I'm starting to lose just completely. That's where the competition thing is now starting to get confusing and like a real job, and they need super slow-mo cameras and like almost AI to detect the tricks.
Did you know about this?
No, I don't pay attention to stuff like that.
And so that means there's like 1800s now where homies are doing rocket. Like Lion Farrell did that, like either double nose or double tail. It might have even been off the toes, like full 1800. Just wild to be able to grab like anything other than just the middle of your board hanging on with your chin touching your elbow. And now they're just
count how many times you see the ground go by and then open up.
Yeah. Rumor has it they're just doing tricks and putting them together. They're doing back 7 and then cap dub 10, like dub 9 and then switch back dub 10. You're like, that's like 19.
You lost me after 10.
Yeah.
After what, 2.5 spins is a 1080?
I got up to like 18 is when I started getting confused. 16 was like, okay, I could figure out.
Bro,
there's a tough 12 to 16 thing. 3 spins is a 1080.
3 spins.
Depends how big the jump is too. How fast they're spinning. How
I know.
small
I was
the
doing
person
720s. That 720 I did was off a jump 4 feet tall.
That's what I mean. It was a 10-foot gap that you cleared.
Yeah.
So if you spin that same amount of speed on a 70-foot jump and you cleared 10 foot, 720 times 7.
Holy crap!
you're gone.
Didn't they have a?
Does
Didn't
that
they
even
have-
sound fun? Do you think they enjoy it?
Yeah,
They
we
love
got
it.
to. I mean, maybe like the first couple, maybe not the competition one. We gotta get inside the
Get
heads.
yourself to do
Some
that.
pros, yeah. Like, how hyped are you at Dew Tour? 3-4 qualifiers in, you know what I mean? When it's cloudy and you're still pushing it, like, do that dub trip again.
That's
Do
the
that dub
craziest
trip.
part is they roll up in any condition. All right, we're here. The comp's on today. It's not like a
That's what
bluebird
got me
soft
out of
day.
it because of the travel in between too. I'm like, when are these guys because I was just trying to keep up with like where they're going to do the contests, and I would just hunker down for a little bit longer there. But they were just like, boom, another contest. I'm like, I just flew for 2 days and got here and traveled for a day. Now I'm here and there's a contest. I'm like, I haven't ridden in 3 days. And 3 days before that, I was traveling again. And then I rode some new jumps. And I like, when are the boys honing in their craft?
And now you're here and it's a brick icy evening.
From when they're 6 to 16.
Yeah.
10 years of when their bodies are turning into a snowboard shape. Some of the snowboarders that you see have like, you ever see the people whose bodies look like the things they do?
Jack
looks like a snowboarder and was riding since 3
years old.
He was just in that womb, just pumping. You know what I'm saying?
Back and forth.
Up the walls.
Literally. Oh my gosh. So let's get into the tailfish game because that's
what's tailfish?
My go-to.
That's what I mean. He doesn't
Stalefish?
even know what isn't like the
A
fact that there's like
tailfish?
you're not allowed to do things is hilarious.
Did you say stale fish?
So
or
there's tail grab
Tailfish.
and there's stale fish. Tail grab is the exact tip of your board.
Yep.
A nose
And
grab.
stale fish is in between your bindings around your legs with your back hand.
But it has to be between your bindings
to be
all the way.
between 'em.
All the way in between.
If you're up here, if you're by there, then it's not a tail grab, not a stale fish, it's a tailfish.
So tailfish is grabbing your nose with your opposite hand?
No, tailfish
no.
is going to grab stalefish and just not making it. You're just grabbing right.
You
now.
get in between.
Oh, in between.
I'll tell you what. It is the easiest grab possible.
It's almost
You just
It's
stick your
a-
hand
not
out.
even a grab because
It's almost
it's-
as if
it's a
you
safety
were falling through, like if like you were like, oh, like it just happens to be there.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you got scared and your knees come up and you're like, oh, through the air, and then you just hold on to something. That's how I feel when I'm doing
I
it.
used to
And
love
that's-
doing
And it's my
those.
go-to.
And-
And I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, okay. But like you get why like that explanation makes you understand
100%.
why it gets hated on.
Like go like this through the air. Like
It's just like
imagine like you go and you're scared and you hit the jump and like your body just like goes, oh, like imagine arms going like this and like the knees bending up. You're like, oh, that's what you would do through the air if you were scared. And then you're like, oh, what's up? Grab.
yeah, it's something to hold on to, and then screenshot, boom. Vail this weekend was sick, homie. Bigs. Yeah, it's
I would wrench that fucker out.
yeah, I've seen it, and like I'm almost like I have to crop in so people know, and then we actually have to bring it up so people know. Like you do, if I throw one home, it's always like a homie where we're cruising through the resort and they do something sick one time, and they just boom tailfish and they're off. Like Dale, they don't even know that they just did like
They're
you
just
can't
stoked they
do
got in
that.
the air
Yeah.
and did a grab.
And then I post it because I'm like, I don't really give a shit. It's just people are frothing. It's a 3, 4, 5, 6 comments are all tailfish alert. Oh, please. It's like,
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I'll fucking,
I was
I'll
up there.
fucking, you know, I'll start a whole podcast just on tailfish, just repping it hard. I'll change my IG handle, start a whole new life.
Dude,
Go
like,
through, hit it
make
everywhere,
a
blow
sticker
up.
of you just grabbing tail.
Oh my God.
Oh.
For the boys. And honestly, if you could wrench that out in front, that's
that's what we might need to
sick.
do. We might need to just
Because you
get
can
it,
wrench that.
get
If
it.
you get all the way to an actual tailfish, you can't get that out as far. Like you can make it look cool as fuck.
What about you come in, big old ollie front one, but you stall it out, hold it, push out tailfish, grab that thing super slow mo, finish the front one,
Bring it back
push
to red.
it out, switch method. Everyone got juked out, thought you were doing a tailfish, and you wrench a switch method back to switch.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's tight.
That would be tight.
But isn't method between the legs for the front hand?
There's another controversial topic.
Really?
There's 2 different ways to method. You can either method with your hand in between like melon, in between the bindings up by the front foot, which is what a lot of fucking OGs have done.
Really?
Or you can do what a lot of OGs have done.
They grab it and wrench
which
it
is
out.
grab it right in front of the binding up there, which is literally a no grab zone unless you've wrenched the method.
Oh, if you're wrenching the method.
And then,
Yeah,
I used to do in between
poking
the
the
bindings all
board
the
up.
time. And then
Yeah,
I started
no.
getting people telling me, like, you're blowing it looks stupid. You got to wrench it outside. And then I started wrenching it outside. And I was like, oh, okay, you can really, like,
Yeah.
blow your back out.
Here's
with that
another
one.
thing about methods. It is so much cooler to me. I know nothing.
I love this. This is why you're here.
I know nothing.
This is a middle ground.
So if you bring it up, if you bend your knees first and bring it up and grab the method, grab the board when it's under your feet, and then wrench it out is so much cooler than being like your body
Catching
just
it.
being like, oh, like bending a huge U and like grabbing at the last second. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
getting, you know?
I almost want to say that if you don't grab it first, then you don't have the. I don't even know how to explain it. If you don't grab it first, then all of the arching and pushing out that you do can't snap back because, like, you've grabbed it. That's your original position. Now you're flexing away from that. So it
Mhm.
wants to come back to that. Whereas if you just blast one off and just grab it, you were like spinning until you caught that. So now there's nothing to pull back on. You're just going to
Mhm.
keep going towards what the method
Going sideways.
body shape was having you do, you know, land on your trachea. Trachea.
Floating away and just land on your knees.
What are some other no grabs?
Your knees. You can't grab the knees, not a grab.
The knees, yeah, on the backflips.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see the backflips. How about
Knees on the backflips.
sometimes Daly does it.
So you're going backflip, like
Well, Daly has a complete
Where
so
do you
there's
go?
like 5 different ways to backflip.
yeah.
Daly does
they
like
must
the-
call them different things.
I do like a sideways
They
one.
don't.
So you're say this is your kicker. You backflipping like this?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy. And you normally backflip like this, straight back.
Yeah, he goes straight back.
It depends. I have 2 like 50-50 that I do.
Hmm.
If I grab indie, I stay exactly what I did indie. And I
Yes.
think they call that
Wildcat.
wildcat. That's where you stay exactly how you
Yeah.
were the whole time.
That's how I would front
because
flip.
when you chuck a cat, it just stays like that. Like if you throw a cat, it
Yeah, it's
just
a
like
wildcat.
locks in like that.
He was locked in all the way around. That's just my favorite
Ah.
one. I can't do it.
No,
though.
does anybody front flip? Like backflip, I can understand happening like that. I can't imagine doing a front flip
Wildcat.
wildcat.
I do that switch. I can't
Ugh.
I can't arch and like turn my stomach forwards and do like a front flip and twist it. I come in and I also do that.
I've seen him do a switch.
Yeah, I do. It's uncomfortable. I feel claustrophobic when I do switch front flips. I'm coming in shoulder closed downhill like a beginner. You know how they're just
Mhm.
like, they're looking at where they're riding. If you almost reversed it, it would look like they were going like the other
That's
way.
me.
You know what I mean? Your whole
That's
body's
me
going
riding switch coming
uphill.
into a box.
Yeah, so you're coming in riding like this.
Flat box, 4 feet
And
long.
I throw-
leaning back. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. When I throw a front flip and I'm just literally whatever momentum started it, that's the momentum we have until the feet are hitting, you know, boom, like, and then you have to stop the momentum after you
Mm.
land. Not ideal.
Better just revert before.
And then what?
Do a regular.
Right? Just do it regular. You learned front flips pretty quick.
I've done them. When I try, it works out sometimes.
I feel like I could do a front flip first try tomorrow.
On the grass?
Back on a snowboard.
Oh, yeah.
So a normal front flip like that. I feel like I just have always been so okay with going forward. I did one time mad long ago. I think we were at Attitash. And
Bear Peak.
I under rotated.
Peak.
Hurt my knee a little bit, but I would never let that happen again because it's like viaducts, front flips. You're just flying through the air and you can just whip that thing
Like
around.
cliff jumps, yeah.
Yeah. Cliff jumps. You just like front flip and like I can float those for so long and just pull it around last second.
That's the crazy thing is there's a difference between
Yeah, floating a front flip is insane.
doing a front flip on a knuckle and having to like whip it and get it right to the flat landing or doing it off of
Okay,
the kicker right next to it. It's 100% different trick.
Yeah.
The kicker's easier, but the landing's kind of
No.
gnarlier because you're just cruising. You ever front flip the kicker?
Never.
I could picture you having those.
No.
We got to dial in your backflip.
I got that on the backflip.
Backflips.
I never did one, dude. That's my biggest regret of life.
Really? You go to Woodward and you'll have one dialed in a freaking couple days.
Never backheat a
Jamal has them dialed.
You've done front flip before backflip?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I can always see where I'm going with the front flip. That's always been my thing. It's done. It's done immediately.
But backflip, when you push back, you're looking at the landing. Front flip, it's like,
Yeah, that is true.
know.
But just see,
nobody
my
thinks
neck
about that.
my neck is out of safety, is safe instantaneously.
Your neck.
Backflip, your neck is just so
That's a thing with DW though. Get the tough shit out of the way early,
Yeah.
and it's smooth sailing from there.
Yeah.
The backflip says something about you. You're down to just risk it, just blindly.
You know what changed my backflips though? What changed my mindset on backflips is we hit a rope swing one time on the way to like Yosemite with mom.
Uh-huh.
And I used to just like, we hit a rope swing into the water and I was just like chucking these backies. And you were like, I watched you one time and you would wrench your neck back so far when you let go. And I would kind of just kind of chuck myself.
Get the
and
momentum
fly
going
through
and then
the
stay
air.
with that
But
momentum.
you would like hold on and your backflip would be halfway done and your neck was all the way around. You could see your landing the whole time. And I tried that at that rope swing and I was like, I can't believe this is how I've been doing it blind this whole time. And I tried it and I just remember before I even let go of the rope, I could see my landing and I was like, that changes everything.
Yeah, once you learn how to just whip it and it's already halfway done, you just spot the landing.
Right.
It's like those cliff jumpers. They just like do their trick right off the rip and just float into
it
it.
out.
Ready for this? Mind blown. Ready? Same thing with backside 360s, frontside 360s, back threes, off rails, all of it. It's all the same, except your body's doing a 360
Yeah,
degree.
it's so
flipping.
hard to get yourself to
Same thing with
do the
back
trick but
sevens.
with your head already twisted around, looking, pulling to pull it around.
That Highland back seven, my body's done with a 360 while my edge is still locked in on the lip of the takeoff. And then and that's the same thing with dub 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, triple, quadruple. It's the amount that you whip off the takeoff and then slowly slow yourself down until you land.
Yeah, because you can't be spinning that fast when you land.
No,
So
they are on the 21s.
Yeah, you kind of have no control there, huh?
Hey, we got to bring up one of those clips for you to see.
Yeah. Bro, didn't they have a game called like 1440 or something? A snowboarding game called 1440? Maybe I'm making that
1080.
up. But it's like they were naming
They had a movie,
games
a game
after
called 1080.
1080?
was
Yeah, they were
1080,
naming
yeah.
games after that. And it was like,
No
no
one could
one's
do a
ever
1080.
getting past this, dude. We'll name a fucking game after it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like this unicorn
Yeah.
trick.
No, they're doing three of them.
1080.
No one's getting past this. I
This
remember
game
that
is
game.
fucking
That's
future proof, bro.
Oh, how you feeling, Dale? What are you sipping on now?
Sipping on some what is this? The eggnog and
Yeah, dude.
Bacardi.
Did you have
Can't
Did you have any beverages, adult beverages yesterday? Just trying to see if you took a day off
Took a day off yesterday. I did LaCroix only.
at
I'm
the
still
party
halfway with it today.
at the Christmas party.
Yeah, just LaCroix.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't try any of the
Too much puke in the day before.
That was gnarly.
Yeah.
So you think it was from all the Stoke buildup? You don't think it was from any of the
I think
margaritas
No
I
shot,
think my
dude.
body just shut down.
or the
I just got full.
I
of
had
sick.
the same margarita you had,
Spaghetti, ice
and I had
cream.
the same whole ass pint. I ate the whole pint of ice cream. How much did you eat?
Yeah, but he had pasta and spaghetti
I had
and
pasta.
after the pint of ice cream.
But that would not get you
margaritas.
sick for a day and a half.
I was
That's
sick for
true.
2
You started
days.
getting flu-like sick.
Yeah, I was
yesterday
like
at one point.
fever.
If you went out
last
to the
night it was
Gnar and you
bad.
puked and then you woke up and you were like, damn, dude, I fucking ate that spaghetti and fucking puked it all up last night and now I feel straight. That I'd be like, oh, it must
was
have been
so
that
bad.
combination of all that
I
food.
remember waking up at 3 a.m. I was like, I should sleep kind of halfway up, so like it's not coming out. Because if I was fully sideways, I felt like I was just gonna start puking.
Do you leak?
I was
just like-
just leaking
Do
throw up.
you just like I can picture Dale just stuff coming out of Dale just laying there.
That was messed up. Then I heard you wiggle around in the RV. I was like, yo, I think I'm about to puke. bro.
wiggle around. I was the
Whoa.
past couple days since it's just been me and you're responsive. If I move at all, I hear you right away.
Like,
Normally, like if
someone's
it's
up.
the middle of the night and I piss or something, and Jack and TCAP are there, anybody's there, you don't nothing.
No one's
we can
moving.
drive all the way to Montana. Wake up. Where are we? We're at
I'm more on it.
Big Sky.
I have seen you,
I wait till someone else to get up before I get up. I'm like, is somebody up?
but when you are called out to get up, is he always like this where he just gets up, like he just goes?
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's what I noticed past couple of days. Casey would be like, yo, dude. And then like you're feeling horrible. And he's just like, hey, dude, we're going to check out these manatees. And you're like, I'm there. Let's go.
I'm on it. Let's go.
Immediately.
It's time
It
to
was
go.
last night. Last night, our mom literally rolled in, woke D-Dub
Oh
up,
yeah.
and goes, "We got." My mom's buzzing. D-Dub's just probably post buzzing, almost maybe a
I was
little.
just tired.
Just tired, chilling, 10:30 at night,
Posted
laying down,
up.
sleeping. Phone rings. Mom hyping music in the background.
Dude, mom's overstoked
There's
over here.
50, 55-year-old and olders over here. We got food party. They want to meet all you guys. They love the
They're
music, the videos. They're
raging.
psyching, and we're like, what? I'm locked
In what
in on
dimension
headphones.
are we in? We have 3 early to mid 30s dudes on vacation. 2 of them are asleep. 1 of them's working. Meanwhile, there's 30, minimum 55 legally, usually higher end, probably middle age, like 70.
These
There's
guys
30
are
of them.
The vibe.
Fucking raging.
And
And we're required to show up. And they're coming. They're like, take the golf cart, drive, do whatever.
they
get
came back
over
and pulled us
here.
out of the house.
They
Yeah.
came back and physically made us come over. We're
Made
like,
us
And that's
come
why.
party.
That's
We're
when
the only
I
ones not
rolled into.
drinking.
That's when I rolled into your room, and I was like, all right, the only way we're gonna be able to do this is if we get
Daly
Dale.
goes, I need
Kick
that.
the door open, Dale.
They forced me to go party.
I know you're feeling like shit and you have the fever and you've been puking all day and you're hungover and you just finished a 2-day bender, but we're heading to a party.
Instantly.
I mean, the Florida Christmas vibes are pretty freaking awesome. I never thought I would have a second Christmas away from home, and it's in Florida.
This
Been
is your
two-
second one here, yeah.
I've only had 2 Christmases away from my family, and it's here in Florida with you guys.
Wow.
It's crazy.
You think TCAP's gonna come back?
To the Gnar?
Oh yeah, he might.
Is that the plan? He comes back and you guys keep it moving?
Yeah. A couple days after Christmas. He's even claiming the Duker might come down
we
with it.
might get Duke.
And then we could hit maybe Snowshoe, West Virginia. There's been an insane amount of comments from people saying to hit there.
What about here? I heard there was something here you guys maybe wanted to hit.
There's a little tinsel factory down south. They got the little toothbrush teeth on the carpet.
Well,
It's like
That's
a
Christmassy.
factory.
Little Christmassy vibe, yep. And you
Wow.
hang on and it just like shreds by you.
Yeah, it's like a carpet that you slide.
Whoa, so you
slide
don't
on.
move, but the floor moves?
Yeah.
You're on a
It's like a wave pool?
it's like those things at the airport where you step on them and you walk super fast and they just keep pulling you. But if you just stayed on that and it just slid by you,
Is there jumps?
there's
No,
no.
They just got rails coming at you like you're on a treadmill. And you're
It's a big ass treadmill.
Yo, that's like an actual video game coming in real life. That would be so sick.
So what do you just carve?
No, it's I'm
Yeah, you
pretty
just
sure
carve.
it's 12 feet by 12 feet. It's one person stands there. They have literally a rail that people can like hang on to.
It's a
to
big
just
ass
stand there.
treadmill.
Yeah, it's a big treadmill.
Okay,
It's
maybe
just
don't. Maybe
go
don't
carpet.
go to that.
I mean, snowboards
It's
in
be funny.
Florida.
And we have a cable park that we go to.
Do that.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
there's waves.
yeah,
Oh, that's the wakeboard cable park.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've never done one of those.
Never.
They got a winch that just rips you through an entire park. But wait a minute. I ain't going to no body of water in Florida and falling anywhere or going anywhere near inside of anything.
Gators.
Gator.
Is that
This kid has a true fear of gators. This is his first non-cold plunge
tricky?
week because of the gator fear.
Yeah, literally. It's not even fear.
It's a fear.
Yeah. Well, it's a fear that came from just knowledge. There's gators everywhere. Everywhere you look.
It's a
I have
legitimate
yet
fear.
to see one.
Yes. That's the crazy part.
There's a lot of
That's
dolphins.
what I'm trying to get
A
at.
lot of dolphins.
They've been everywhere, all around you, and you're yet to see one.
Anacondas, gators,
Pythons.
pythons.
They got an infestation down in the Everglades.
People are
different.
different in Florida.
Those are the
That's for
pythons.
sure.
Yeah,
We're gonna get in that water.
we're getting in that water.
Let's go surf tomorrow.
Charcuterie.
Yes.
We got TCAP's wetsuit. That's
Does that
it.
mean there's 3? Oh,
No, we got one wetsuit. It's
Oh.
TCAP's. I'll trunk it.
I got a wetsuit.
I would trunk it.
I will check the temperature of the water and then I'll decide if I'm going to trunk it or
Trunk
make
that?
a claim.
I'll at least go in for 3 minutes and get out.
That's for
Get a
sure.
little plunge,
A
baby.
boxer it. Wow.
What's your guys' favorite word of the day?
Christmas party.
Christmas party.
I feel him stirring.
I feel like it almost has to start with this.
What did your mom call the freaking red sauce last night? The charter? Charter?
You got any charter sauce?
Charter sauce?
Charter.
Char-
She catches on
char-
quick.
It was a good one.
Oh,
Your mom's, they're whipping up charcuterie right now.
They are.
Like-
Charcuterie. How did charcuterie start? Because we're deep.
Oh, it's just my favorite. It was. I was on the farm and it just someone said charcuterie and I just like it just sounded amazing. Best word I ever heard.
I thought it was a word of the day.
What's word of the month? I was thinking about the word of the day.
Full month.
But looking at these boards makes me think of charcuterie.
Ooh.
What do you think of the new
Max
board
Pro
design?
model.
Yeah, just got my second signature model. Arrived in the mail today. Broke it out of the box. Threw it in
heavy.
the backdrop for the people who are visually watching on YouTube.
It looks gorgeous. Wow.
Even better than I thought it was gonna look just in person.
Who designed this one?
The same dude who designs all of Scotty's boards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I wanted to go with just a more mellow vibe and get it done. And he just, the guy's super nice with it.
That's cool.
And it like matched his whole. The first one was super flashy. I wanted to go with a more basic one, but still hold the
first one
the
was
water.
like, it just was like here's everything about Casey in one board. Let's get that.
There was even one before that one that we didn't use that was actually that. It had
It was like
85 things. It had cows and grass fed. It had
That
mom
was like
and D-Dub, Nagel.
It was all grass fed. And
There was
snow,
bananas
skate.
and chocolate and avocados and hay, and it was insane.
It was just unprintable or something, or
We first time we'd ever done it, and B-Dub, I gave him no instructions or details or template or who to talk to, and so he just designed something, and then I think it wouldn't have been the right angle. Like he did it horizontal, and it would have had to have been vertical or something like that for the way that the board got printed. So it just not even close to
that
possible.
happens sometimes when like you go to get tattoos or something, and if you don't know about what's possible with tattooing, you bring it in, and my friend Sean will be like, "This is literally not tattooable."
Yeah, and that's not going on your body part right there. Like,
Yeah, it's like you want that much detail. Like we're not like 3D like printing this onto you. You know, it's like,
yeah, literally. But yeah, the freaking
Looks good.
the heat-up boards are in. Lego Snowboards.
Is it the same shape, same
baby.
size?
Same everything. Yeah, I don't.
If I had to
it's-
guess,
it's my number one thing.
156.
Yeah,
No way.
156 wide.
Ah!
Last year's was the 155s were wide. This year the 156s are wide. I have a 55, but I am addicted to wide now.
Well, you have the most gigantic feet for a
Less
camper.
toe drag is way. I can't imagine riding with toe drag.
You've had some pretty bad toe drag this year.
Well, it's because my bindings were all unadjusted.
Is that what it was? But the bindings can change one of them, but looking at like your overall toe and heel, they go over both sides of the board pretty
Yeah, I don't know
heavily.
what happened with that.
What's that board that I have in my truck? Was that the board that you used to be on in Connecticut?
Oh, that was like a board from 10 years ago. I used to have Capita.
I'm
That
just
was
trying to
an
figure out how
old
to get you on a
horoscope Capita.
little wider of a board.
I don't know. Maybe I should try yours in a wide.
Or the Never Summer's new. You haven't always been on that.
No, it's just all last year, which is crazy. I rode that board in the entire season, and it didn't go to a powder board once, and it was all the whole season was powder. I rode one park board the entire year.
Huh. I'm tripping over that because I feel like
I got to ride yours one more time.
the year before last. You
I gotta get on this double barrel.
issues.
What are you riding?
Or
these
148.
days?
Revert.
Do you always ride something weird, like some kind of weird
Just
old
a
school shape, or are you on a
small,
normal board?
Super short,
Reverse
148 reverse camber. That's all I require.
Don't take much to please me. Just
Yeah, just one board through the entire
Yeah.
season.
board, charcuterie board, and some
Charcuterie.
reverse camber, and the wide.
He's trying to get me on the camber though. Or,
I mean, he's had a couple days where he locks into camber.
I
and
actually like
he's
it. It's just different, like carving. And
I wanna
like park
get-
is fun on the board.
I want to get you on camber with some more mellowed edges and like gummy stoned out.
Yeah,
Because
detune it a little.
camber's aggressive as hell, and when you hop on a camber board and it's got like
You wanna detune
rigid,
her a little
sharp
bit.
edges, it's too much at once. I like the wides though. That changed everything. There was like a couple day period to break it in, but when Nate House told me that he doesn't ride anything but wide, and that it took him like 2 or 3 days, and he's got a size 12 foot, I was sold. Took me 2 days, and I was literally just laying down carbs like I've never been able to. Like my whole entire snowboarding career, life, 10, 15 years of snowboarding, never can just have fun like you and rip around and pop 180s and carve. My nose or my toes and my heels catch. I used to take, because your toe and your heel, the boots, like 32 boots are thick. They have like an inch on each side or half inch. I used to cut out 1/4 inches with X-Acto blades, so there was less drag.
Yeah,
Look
looking at your
cut them
On the
Just
outside
look-
of the
on the outside of the boot until you could like almost see like, oh, your foot might start going through. Stop.
Whoa.
look at the just looking at videos from 3 years ago versus now is insane. Just the board like,
Of my feet, like when you watch
the
me
feet on
snowboard,
his
yeah,
board.
it's wild. If you up until
doesn't
literally,
even look fun to snowboard.
no.
I wouldn't even snowboard how you
Isn't
were.
it crazy when you look at footage of yourself and you're just like, what was I doing? How did I
You could do that day.
literally?
You know,
I mean, I'll go seasons. I look at like last year, like just my pants were just super tight. I'm like, what was I doing? Why did I don't like the way it looks. I'm looking at it. I don't like the way it looks. How was I looking at it last year and I like the way that it looked?
they're probably free, and you were just down for whatever comes in that's free. Are you kidding me?
That's true. But I mean, we can get some free baggy ones. Yeah, it's interesting how just things constantly changing. Even your perception on stuff. Except for the squiggle. The squiggle never fades.
You can't beat a daily squiggle.
A little sliding, a little
I think
grinding.
it's catching on. I think more people are getting more about just squiggling around. It's more doable than back nines.
Yeah, but it's also almost harder. The squiggles are not.
Your mogul squiggles getting
I
on
know
point.
more-
I had this guy liking moguls.
Yes.
He's like,
You don't like
Daly's
moguls?
getting me on moguls.
Do you?
I mean, aspects. Yeah, I mean,
What?
finding a nice little line through them and just cruising. You know,
Yeah, if you can find some moguls that are available for like a
That
nice
aren't
line and
icy, you
cruise.
know, like-
most moguls are chest high and
Yeah.
freaking.
Even those ones are
Uneven.
fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like POW ones. I mean, that's really fun. You're just
Yeah.
like, if you're not, you know, because a lot of times it's like super just ice and it's
Yes,
no fun
yeah,
at all.
that's what I think
Ice
of when
moguls
I'm
sound
just like,
horrible.
yeah, that's
They
terrible.
got to have some grab. You need to be able to have traction through them and with a little bit of give and some spray.
We were nuking through moguls.
Oh, we had a
The
rally.
first day
going
though was
for-
kind of like a field. People were even like, those are moguls. Those things are tiny moguls. Like it's tiny still a mogul.
It's fun just to get a rhythm through it though.
for sure.
But
90% of snowboarders are like, yo, I'm not really trying to go. I'm like, go through the moguls. They're like, oh.
You know why
They
I
think
got
I'm
hyped?
joking.
You know why I got hyped? I brought you guys there after I was riding with someone and they had skier friends and I followed them.
You followed
and
the
we were
skiers.
just pointing it and I was like, well, I'm just gonna keep up with the skiers, you know, and they were going so hard and so fast. And when you can't keep up with them, you're like, what? These guys out ripping me right now?
Yeah,
Like, am
no
I?
way.
Yeah.
And so I'm committing
Oh.
to whatever gaps they were gapping, and they were doing double,
The gapping is
triple,
fun.
and then you see one of their legs goes out, but they have an extra leg to. So I'm like, avoid that section quickly, and then I'm like, all right, the moguls are tight. The skiers made them look sick.
Ripping with skiers is so fun. That's what happened to me the other day. Two girls I was like, I'm following these girls. And they just, I'm not gonna let them outdo me, but
Yeah.
they were outdoing me. So I'm just trying to keep up with them, but it's
I feel like snowboarders who ride with skiers, like the snowboarder level, get pushed, but when skiers ride with snowboarders, it's not really the same. They're like, come on, guys, get it together.
Yeah.
I mean, you're facing straight going down the hill is so much easier.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. We conquered it. What? We retired by 8?
I think about getting on
7.
skis every season just so I can film.
Film.
I could film so good on skis.
How quick
What?
do you think
You know how
you
to
could
ski?
get a backflip?
Ski till I was 12.
Wow.
I was doing 3s, was doing 5s.
You know how to ski.
Didn't
That's
even
heavy.
have those skis that are meant to ride backwards.
Had 3s at one point on lock.
Absolutely.
Over kickers, by the way. Mount Snow
Absolutely.
kickers, not Corinthia, before Corinthia was there.
Yeah, absolutely.
How long do you think it would take you to get a backflip on skis?
Day one.
What if you think you do?
No, it's probably a week.
Day one.
A week of trying? Like
Or no,
all
no.
8 hours of eating it?
Learning how to ski first, and then fucking
Okay.
and then sending
So are
back
you
is-
throwing it on day 7 or like?
Yeah, it's probably day 3, I guess.
All right.
If
so
it was spring time, I'll try day 1, I guess.
day 1.
If it was at Sugar Bowl,
True. And if things and if you snapped in and everything was going well.
yeah. My next
Insane.
the Taos video I'm dropping is skiers and snowboarders compare Stoke. So that's gonna be a fun one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I met
Daly's
some
been-
skiers at the top of some gnarly cornice cliff zone. Then we were comparing our vibes. And it's fun to hear their output and then our outtake on
Completely
the different styles.
It's almost not even the same sport.
Did I see? Am I tripping? I dreamed this. It was something that you guys posted or something I randomly came across about some mountain somewhere trying to, I don't know if outlaw or ban snowboarding.
It was April Fool's.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I saw this like the other day.
Yeah. It was Vail reinstates that they're going to be just going all skier resort and removing
so that
snowboarding.
there's not some random snow mountain that's doing that.
I mean, do you know that there's still a couple of resorts in the U.S. that don't allow snowboarding?
No.
It's Deer Valley,
and
Alta.
Alta.
What?
Solitude.
Where are those?
Solitude
Utah.
as well.
Yeah,
For sure.
I think so.
I feel like people hit me up all time and say, "Have you ever been to Solitude? You should come to Solitude." No,
That's the one.
Google.
Yeah.
We need a quick Google.
Pull that up, Jamie.
The Solitude allows
100%
snowboarders.
Alta and Deer
Deer
Valley.
They're both Utah?
Yes,
Yeah, you could ride a Solitude.
you can. Yeah, I've got people.
Alta and Deer Valley.
And I'm pretty sure there's one more, but how
There's
obnoxious.
Y'all are getting called out right now.
How
Pretty wild.
ancient.
It's interesting.
How dividing. It's hard to even have a take.
It's hard to have a take on it.
Honestly, we're not even
I
trying
kind
to
of
go
like
there.
sometimes
Some
I'm like
things I wanna
whatever.
say.
Kind of back it. Just stay
thing-
OG. Keep doing it. Whatever.
That's so you.
You know what though? I
I
think
kinda
more
back
places
it.
should do that.
Yeah, they should do it more places.
Let's lean into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then some snowboarders could do.
You know
all
what?
these
Let's
snowboard
split them
resorts.
all up. We'll take Park City.
We're
No,
You
we're
guys
not
get
taking-
Deer Valley.
We're taking
we're
Brighton.
really sick.
I mean
of-
Woodward Park City. Well,
Okay,
you know what I
okay.
mean? We take Brighton. You guys can get actual Park City. Like
we'll take
Yeah.
a North Star.
you
we'll have
guys
to
keep
do some
We'll
dividing.
do-
Now. We'll have to do some voting.
They keep squaw.
all of a sudden, all of the everything starts getting stepped up. People are trying to be on point. Like, we don't want to get taken by the skiers. We want, so they start pushing towards the. Oh,
Can you imagine just like 20, 30 years ago, probably 30 years ago, when you couldn't go snowboarding? You had to hike it, and all the skiers are just going up the lift.
Dude.
you could hike and you could ride down, but you couldn't take the lift.
Seriously, it was like that?
At Taos, we went to Taos and literally got on the lift with this dude who told us that his
Yep.
uncle or his
Mhm.
grandfather, I think it was his uncle,
His uncle Taco
straight up was the pioneer there, and for years showed up every day and hiked up this bitch and rode down every day. Had an entire trail named after him. By the time they finally allowed, and he was the first one that they let up and ride on the mountain on the chairlift. Insane.
hiked for years.
And it was like, I think it was in like the 80s. It wasn't even like that.
Not even that long
Oh,
ago.
What?
They
You're
had a
like,
whole,
you're like, that was 2018.
Yeah, no, they had a whole movement
so
going where they
epic.
free Taos. And the kid broke down to us how they got like 10,000 stickers printed and they didn't know what Taos was. And they shipped them. And so they spell corrected them and put tacos and shipped them 10,000 free taco stickers. So they still have them all
Yeah,
over
so
the
now
place
it's
to this
free
day.
tacos.
It's like this big thing. Yeah.
It's pretty freaking wild, dude.
No way.
Not even that long ago.
Insane.
Some people kept it OG and just kept going with it. That's where they got money. There's money there. They could keep them out. Deer Valley, money.
That just feels insanely illegal, but I guess it's a private business. You can do whatever you want.
It
That's-
does seem illegal, yeah. I posted something the other day by accident, so quick. Didn't even end up hiring anybody, but I was like, never hired anybody like real before,
Mhm.
official or whatever. And it was just like looking for someone. I forget what the job was. It was maybe to like make short form from the long form.
Yeah.
So I need like a specific mindset of like the youth who knows how like TikTok and stuff like that works. And so I was like looking for someone like in their young 20s or something like that. And instantly people started hitting me up and they're like, yo, that you cannot do that. That is age discrimination. It is illegal. This and that and this and that. And I was like,
Come on.
it's like, what? I just figured 30, 40-year-olds they're already doing, so they probably worked their way up the ladder. I'm looking for like an intern style younger kid who is in tune with what's going on. They're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. You cannot write that.
You're not a business. Well, you're just a dude looking for a young dude to cut your videos.
Yeah, maybe I should just wrote in that the hourly wage for $12 an hour, and then instantly everybody over 30 anyways is like, I'm past that point in my life.
Wait a
I
second.
posted one for
Dude, I'm just like, what?
First of all, I'm furious. You know,
I was for a minute too. I'm like,
you don't have to be. I can be.
well, I was like, what about actors? You know, what I mean? Like,
Furious.
what about acting? Like, what if I needed someone for a role? And
Yeah.
the role was a 22-year-old. And they had some answer. They're like, that's a specific thing with regulation 96. Yeah. Are you gonna say you had a what?
I was thinking, I had this vision of just going on, go to Deer Valley, get some strike poles.
Yeah.
We want to snowboard.
Yeah. That's what these
That'd be
OGs
a funny video.
used to do. Like all the
Like,
pioneers we were talking about.
Go
Like
post up at Deer Valley with our snowboards trying to get on.
that
Like
was
a
a
whole
thing,
scene.
dude. If
Let's just go get on.
if the OGs hadn't done that, we would be doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do work, dude.
You want some fructose
Yeah,
in
the
this?
fact
I
that you
can't
didn't
do
get
it.
a little loosened up is
No,
actually
he
kinda
drank his
shocking.
whole thing, and now he's drinking mine.
Yeah.
Oh, tricky weather.
I took 2 sips of that yesterday, and the high fructose corn syrup just wrecked me today. Like 2 sips of it, and I
God.
feel different today.
You will.
I
Yeah,
ate
I'll
yesterday. I had grass-fed ribeye, 4 eggs, and then Mom cooked the turkey all I had was her turkey, the sweet potato mash, the broccoli cheddar. That should be good. And then I had half of that and that freaking pudding
Shot.
from the
Just-
elderly rager, whatever
Just
you
two
want to call
things ruined your whole day.
it. Those 2 things, I feel just like sloppy today.
My brain's halfway. I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Brain's shut down from the
I
past
can't
2
even
days.
sip that today.
Nope.
Brutal. Well, I think Mom wants us to
I
wrap
know,
this
we're getting
Christmas
the-
stoke up.
Got a Christmas
There's
dinner
a
waiting on
charcuterie
us.
board out there, some cookies.
I've been kind of thinking about
Uncle Frank.
charcuterie. But I hope everybody's
Cousin
stoked.
Tom.
We got this recorded so that we can drop it on Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Hope
to all
everybody's
you
frothing with the
Jet
fam,
bros,
stoking,
their
dreaming,
puppies,
puppying.
grandmas,
Shout out Petter,
cousins,
D-Dub, Daly.
T-Cap.
We got the
Josh,
we got the
bro.
new Lago snowboards.com. Support the boys. We got the Christmas merch.
Check out the merch, though.
CaseyWillax.com.
Is this the most fire merch you've ever
You
seen?
guys really went hard with this llama one.
Let it-
That's a Walmart
Let it
special.
stoke,
embroidery.
baby.
Like they got real llama fur. Maybe I
Yeah.
don't know what this is.
Yeah,
Probably
that was-
polyester.
no.
I probably
Daly
came around
hand
with
knitted that right before
got
we
the-
got here.
Beer cozy in there. You're
Yeah.
good on that thing.
something.
You're ready
No
to
way.
hold some fructose in that thing.
Oh, it feels.
You could
sketch.
fit it. Yeah, the blender was in there. There's probably like
blender was
leaky
in there?
old
A
butter
little
and
buttery
stuff
in
All
there?
right, well, as long as it's butter. I thought it was the polyester though, so just really getting me.
All right, boys.
Merry
D-Dub, we
Christmas.
love you. Daly, we love you.
Glad to
Merry
be
Much
back.
Christmas,
love,
everybody.
guys.
Merry Christmas.
Hasta
Happy
luego.
holidays.
Happy New Year's.
All that stuff.
Feliz Navidad. Jet bro.
Nice.